Okay, we have reached the last building on our tour. Unfortunately, there's many other buildings here on the UT campus, so much modern architecture that I didn't really get a chance to get to. But this was also a Paul Cray building, same architect who did the main building and the tower, and a number of other buildings on campus. So this is the Texas Memorial Museum. And I believe at the time it was supposed to be, you know, a museum that showed the natural, prehistoric, you know, history of Texas, as well as up to the present date. There is now a ginormous museum of Texas history, right? This museum is far too small. They built one that is 10 times the size of this building. And now today, from what I understand, this is the Texas Science and Natural History Museum. They have a lot of dinosaur bones and things like that. You know, saber-toothed tigers and things that it kind of illustrates, you know, the prehistoric history of Texas, and kids can come here and have field trips and cool stuff like that. But remember, I mentioned Paul Cray is also known for a style of architecture called stripped classicism. So he was trained in the Beaux Arts style, very well known for that. But at the time, there, you know, in the 1930s, there was this new fashion emerging, and it was classicism, but much more stripped down and muted, and even more, you know, kind of Art Deco-ish as well. You know, you can see, like, with the glass here, I really like this glass. It's very Art Deco, you know, style, and just the shape of the building itself, and this entrance here, or you could call it Greco-Deco, maybe something like that. But, you know, stripped classicism is unfortunately has a bad connotation because it was so popular with authoritarians. You know, Hitler and Mussolini and Stalin really loved this style. But, you know, there's also many countries, democratic countries, that use it as well. It was a very popular style in America too. And it was just, you know, it was perfect for government buildings because, you know, it could be secularized. You know, this style of architecture really exalted the state and the government over spirituality of, you know, ancient temples and so on. But again, a use of this local Austin shell limestone. Very nice limestone. I'm a fan of that limestone. And the back of the building is more interesting than the front. In the back here, you have some really good examples of what stripped classicism is. So you have, you know, look at this kind of ancient Greek columns, these pilasters, but they're very stripped down, very muted. And you gotta love this, you know, it's Texas after all. You gotta have some longhorn motifs and stars, right? That's great. And again, with this kind of Art Deco, you know, shaped glass here. And this was also supposed to be a centennial building. Texas was celebrating its 100-year anniversary of being a state. And there's all these things about the 1836 convention and the annexation of Texas into the United States in 1845. And as you can see here, just the kind of muted, you know, shape of the entrance to the door here. And I think this is the god and goddess of Texas. A very nice kind of 1930s Art Deco, almost even socialist, you know, style there. And yeah, it's just a really good example of stripped classicism. And there's one detail here that I like quite a bit. Let's see. Believe it or not, did you know Texas has its own god? And here he is, the god of Texas. Yes, that's right, Texas. Just a really good example of, you know, the ideas that we're floating around at this time, you know, 1930s Texas and what it could be if only architecture could inspire us to transform society. But there is a really beautiful little green area here behind the building, and very well maintained. I mean, the grass here is so thick and lush and nice. You could just take a nap in this soft grass. I mean, you know, right now it's been summer. It's early September, and horrible heat and drought. All the grass has died, but they must take very good care of this grass here. There's these wonderful live oaks, and this is just one of the most beautiful little green spots on the whole university. You know, the God of Texas has really blessed us here. You know, thank you, Texas God. Yeah, this is a spot that I do like to relax sometimes, and it's really soft and nice, as you can see. What does the inscription say there? I never bothered to read it. Erected to commemorate the heroic period of early Texas history and to celebrate a century of independence and progress of Texas as a republic and state, and dedicated to the study of the natural sciences and civic history. Well, that is quite noble. Yes, I do think so. And the Longhorn motifs are just so inspiring. Those, you know, between the Longhorn motifs and the Texas God, I'm just inspired to be a better person. I don't know about you, but okay. We're having fun here. You know, we can have a little fun with this, right? It's some of it can get a little absurd sometimes, and you have to laugh at it. But we're having a good time, and this is just some interesting history and interesting architecture. My time here at the University of Texas has been interesting, and I almost felt like I was a student here. I almost feel like I'm alumni now. But I'm glad to be moving on, and I learned quite a bit here, and it's been good. It'll remain very special in my memory for the rest of my life. Adios, God of Texas. It was nice knowing you.